Okay, how you guys? How you guys? How you doing? Ew. Okay. Hello, it's Saturday, and today we're going to be talking about patience because a lot of y'all don't got it. Mm-mm. Especially when it comes to hyperpigmentation, especially when it comes to other like skin conditions that require you to have patience. A lot of y'all don't have it. You don't. And so I want to talk a little bit more about that here in this live with patience. So and it's more relatable if somebody hears it from speaking. But anyway, so for example, right, you guys know my backstory of me having acne, especially along here on the jawline. It was something that I battled for a while until I had to figure out exactly, what worked for my acne and everything, right? But it required me to go through a lot of different like products and giving those products time to work. And then the scarring that came from those breakouts. Once I healed the breakout, then I had to get into taking care of the scarring, which wasn't fun either because the thing about acne is that if you continually have breakouts and they scar, you're going to continually be fighting the scarring. You're going to continually be fighting breakout and then a scar, a breakout and a scar. So I had to be very patient with number one, making sure that I'm getting down to the core of what's causing my acne so that I can prevent more scars that I have to take time to fade. You get what I'm saying? So to begin with, it always requires, if y'all hear a kid, it's always crying, it seems like. I have that window open too, so which I should have it closed because I have my AC on. But anyways, I have plants in the window, so I need to get the sun. Anyways, but yeah. So it requires you to have patience. It requires you to be gentle. It requires you to just give your skin the TLC that it needs. Okay. So let's start off first with products because a lot of people don't even give products the enough time to do what they do. We go and we pick up these products from the store. For example, vitamin C. It's known to brighten skin. It's known to fade spots. It's known to produce collagen in the face. All that great stuff, right? And we go and we pick up these products from the shelf and we use them. And the way that we use them, number one, is we're inconsistent. Number one, you are not using it consistently with your skin. What are you using a product for? That's the question I get a lot. What are you using a product for? That's the question I get a lot. And I say, your skin, tone your skin. And I say, your skin, tone your skin, use a serum. The vitamin C product should be right there with it every day. And mind you, you can even see results even sooner. But if you are picking up a product and that product is targeted for something when it comes to your skin, you should be utilizing that consistently, giving it the time to do what it is to do for your skin. Straight up, it's not a quick fix. A moisturizer is not a quick fix. A face wash is not a quick fix. A serum is not a quick fix. These things are going to take time and it's going to require you to be patient to see the results in which they hold. Okay. And I always say consistency. People will be like, consistency, but I'm telling you, it is a very key thing when it comes to your skincare. Like you can't like you there's just like with anything else. I also say like fitness. People talk about, oh, I want to work out and get in. So I'm like anything like with fitness, anything like when you're in school getting education, if you are not consistent, if you are not disciplined, you are not going to see the results. And that applies the same thing to skin. Straight up. If you are not consistent, you are not going to see the results. And also patience. You don't get a degree overnight. you got to go to school for what, 4 years plus, depending on what it is that you're doing, to really finish off and get your degree and things like that. So what makes you think that skincare is different? No, it's the same thing. It takes patience. It takes time. But at the end goal of it all, when you actually get to your skincare goal and you see the results that are starting to come from it, then you're like, ah. And after that hits, it's just maintaining. It's just maintaining, continually doing what you've been doing in order to see those results. And also too, I always want to open up the floor. If you guys have anything that you want to ask about skin, let me know. I get a lot of questions about hyperpigmentation as well. So if you guys have any questions about skincare products, what I use or anything, go ahead and ask away. So yeah, so especially for me in my journey, like I said before, when it came to like my acne and like really having to be patient with the products that I used and how I used them and seeing how they worked for me, it required patience. And else that also required patience, and I haven't talked about this in a while since I went natural years ago. I have a whole playlist on my channel here. I went natural with using no deodorant. So I cold turkey aluminum deodorants. And this was like over 10 years ago. Over 10 years ago. There was all the deodorants that are out now wasn't even out like that. They had like crystal, they had crystal deodorant and Tom's, I think. Those were like the main ones. But they didn't have many of like they have now. And when I went cold turkey with using like all aluminum deodorants just to natural deodorants, I tell you the patience I had to have, because that was a rough one. But once my body got completely off of aluminum deodorants, now all I use is regular deodorants, or not regular deodorants, more natural deodorants. I don't need aluminum. I don't sweat as much. I haven't used that stuff in over 10 years. And so, but now the results of that is easy peasy. But I had to go through it and have patience in order for me to be able to get off of the aluminum deodorant. If you guys have not seen my journey with aluminum deodorant free, I have a whole playlist of years of me and deodorants. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, the journey still continues. I kind of know what I like, and I've been using what I like for my underarms. But the thing about natural deodorants, I feel like my underarms, like they get used to it. So I have to like pick up another something different like each time, another natural deodorant. I have like 3 brands that I really like, so I just go and rotate them out after. I don't use deodorants. The thing is here from people is like, oh, it's hard. Yeah, it is hard. But once you get your body off of that stuff, it gets easier. And the reason why, too, a little backstory on that one. The reason why I decided to get off of aluminum deodorants is because they were linked to like breast cancer in women and a lot of other things. And my mom has passed away from cancer. And so it really just made me also take a deep dive into, what was going on with like the deodorants and skin and things we put on our skin. It's another reason why I got really into like the whole natural skincare and not using parabens and not using certain things on the skin, because a lot of the things out there in this world, the air we breathe, the shit we consume, excuse me, the stuff we consume, a lot of that you don't know what is all in there. Sometimes those things you cannot control, right? But you can control what you eat sometimes. They got lab made meat out there now. You don't even know if that's on the shelves. But when it comes to skincare, you can look at that bottle on the back and you can take a look and go, oh, okay, like this is in it, that's in it, and our skin is soaking into your skin. That is the largest organ. That is the first open window to everything else besides what you eat, right? Or besides what you inhale. So it's just like I became very mindful of like those things when it came to skin, because I was like, well, skin, you got people who have psoriasis and eczema and rashes, and they can't figure out what's going on, and all these immune issues and things like that. And sometimes it's as simple as what we're introducing into our skin, using on our skin. I know this is kind of turned into a different conversation, but it's all tied into it anyway. You get what I'm saying? It's all tied into it. But this is what also just links me into being here. being passionate about skin, talking about skin, talking about ingredients. Even to this day, I don't use things with parabens. This is the thing. When I go and look for a product, I really try to stay away from parabens. Parabens are a hormone disruptor. Okay. And that's not good. We already have so many things out here that disrupt our hormones, and your hormones, they um they contribute a lot to how your body functions. So once you start playing with your hormones and your hormones get thrown off, the whole system in the body gets thrown off. And then you end up having other issues because your hormones are thrown off. You get what I'm saying? And this is another reason why I say when I'm talking about skin, I'm not just talking about skin because it's a holistic thing. Like when I'm talking about skin, I can talk about it from the perspective of using a product on your skin, but at the end of the day, it's a whole system. You can't talk about one without the other. Let's be really honest. You get what I'm saying? But we overlooked that we are spreading on our bodies lotions that may have things in them that are not the best. You get what I'm saying? So it's just, yeah. So, if you've been rocking with me for a while on this channel, I talked about natural skincare. I started off with natural skincare. A lot of my stuff was, I started DIYing a lot of things way back when I first started growing out something different with my skin. But the cocoa butters and the body oils, and it just became, and the herbs and the essential oils. And when I see what they can do for me and my skin and me, I was like, yeah, we gotta share this with the, not only that, backstory on that, I made a foot cream. And she was like, I want to try it. Like, let me try the foot cream. And so I made a batch for her. I gave her the foot cream and she used it. And I remember she came back to me and she was like, you got cream on my shop. I guess I went out in and out. I don't know if you guys can still hear me or whatnot, but my in. Okay. So hopefully you guys didn't miss that part. But so I made her a batch. I made her a whole foot cream, and that's my first product that happened on Body Care by Eunice. I made other people foot creams, and they loved it, and it was a big thing. And then peeked more into my skincare and all. You know what I'm saying? But that went into a whole circle. I didn't mean to go that deep, but it is what it is. I feel like things are meant to be when you're talking and it leads to something else. It's just meant to be. But I think like when talking about, see, I got off topic. We were supposed to be talking about having patience with your skin. And look at me, I go on a tangent all the way left. But I mean, it all ties back in as well. But having patience with your skin is important. I do want to open up the floor because I'm not going to be on here too long. If you have any questions about skin, you guys can go ahead and ask me and I can answer some questions for you. But yeah, so it's just like you got to have patience. Eventually, it all comes to, you'll be there, Like for me, knock on the phone, I haven't had any breakouts. We have been doing very well over here. Our skin has been doing very well. So as you guys can see, skin is doing very well. And like I said, if you know my journey, here is where I break out a lot, but I haven't had that issue. Haven't had any. So our skin has been doing well, but I think it's just between me being consistent, drinking my water, and staying away from stress, staying away from drama, staying away from all of that. Trust me, y'all. Staying away from all of that. So, yeah. You guys are quiet today. Nobody wants to talk to me. I like when you guys engage. I love when you guys engage. I'm gonna just give it a minute though. Don't be shy. Go ahead. Well, not anything, because y'all be asking some wild questions, boy. Oh man. Like, yeah, you can ask me anything. Next thing you know, somebody asking me something off the fucking rip. Okay, so then since nobody, okay, so this is what we'll do. I'm gonna go through some comments that I've gotten on my recent videos, and I'll just answer them here. And if you guys have any questions, you guys can go ahead and ask. But let me see about these comments, and let's see. if I got any new comments. I had somebody say about, well, I'm just going to answer it here. About 3 weeks ago, somebody said your skin is actually glowing. It's crazy. Looks almost like a filter. And that is it. That's the reason why I'm like, yeah, you can look like your skin's a filter too if you take care of it. If you take care of it. So that was interesting. I had somebody else saying like, oh, she got a filter on, and what did she say? She got makeup on. But my skin is tea without those too. So as you guys can see right now, there's no makeup. I mean, there's makeup but no filter. So yeah. What else do we have? Mm. You guys are pretty quiet. I didn't see you guys talking too much today. All right. So yeah, so just when you're on the journey of whatever your skin concern is, whether it's, clearing up your acne, whether it's lessening dark spots, and if it's evening out your skin tone, just know you have to have patience. You have to give products the appropriate time to work, and you have to be consistent, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna wrap this up now. You guys are kind of quiet on the chat. But no, I just wanted to come on and have that conversation, and it's kind of went into other areas of talking, but it's cool. It's cool. But thank you so much for the ones of you guys that have tuned in for the live today, and I will see you guys in the next live. Make sure you are consistent with your skincare, okay, and have patience.